Hey, aloha, everybody. Eric West here, HawaiiRealEstate.org. If you're new to the channel, I'm all about teaching you everything you need to know about Hawaii and its real estate, but sometimes you just can't find it in the listing. So I'm a licensed real estate agent here, and I have been through quite the adventure this summer dealing with this wonderful challenge that we all have, and I'm sure everyone has been dealing with their challenges as it pertains to the new reality that we're in. But I wanted to give you just a quick update on what's happening here in Hawaii. And I'm sitting here right now at the beautiful west side of Maui as the sun gets ready to set. And Governor Ige did make a couple announcements today. Number one, he is very likely to extend the October 1st deadline, if you will, for allowing individuals to come to Hawaii and avoid the quarantine by testing negative for COVID. He did say today that will likely be extended, although that's not official. He did officially say that he's embracing the idea of the resort bubble. And so that resort bubble idea is moving forward on the island of Kauai, specifically at the Timbers. It's not in effect yet, but it's something that they are definitely moving forward with on Kauai as probably the first test area to do that. The way they said that's going to work is you're actually going to be wearing a GPS, some kind of a GPS bracelet, but you don't have to leave your room. You can literally go walk around the resort during your 14-day quarantine. So anyway, I did actually confirm it with the front desk at a few hotels here on Maui that if you check in at a hotel here, they literally give you a key that works one time. And then if you ever, ask for a new key, then they know that you broke the quarantine, and there you have it, you're in trouble. So obviously, we're all about making sure everything is done according to the rules and the regulations. And I just want to give everyone a quick update on the latest and greatest. Usually it's about 2 weeks before the supposed quarantine workaround is going to be lifted that they'll make an announcement. So as expected, they did make an announcement today, but unfortunately, it sounds like October 1st, it's not going to happen. So the way that it will work, though, in the future is that you will basically have to take a test on your own, and to prove that you don't have COVID by the time you land here on the islands of Hawaii, and then you can avoid the 14-day quarantine. They said they will not be doing testing at the airports. It's something that you'll need to go and get on your own. So there's no more details that are available. It's my personal theory that they're probably putting all the logistics of this program together. They don't want to start it out and it's kind of a nightmare right out of the gate. So the state is probably just trying to put together a program that's going to work. One thing that is required right now when you land is you do need to get your own, it's called a QR code. So there's a new website that you have to go to register. So if you do fly here anytime, you're probably going to need to get that QR code. And I'd highly recommend doing it before you get on the airplane, because there is some confusion right now. And when you get to the airport, a lot of people standing around trying to do it on their smartphones. Get that QR code before you get here. It'll save you a lot of headache at the airport. So at any rate, things are developing, things are happening slowly but surely. We're going to get back to normal, and you can come back and visit here in Hawaii. But unfortunately, it's probably not going to be October 1st without having to quarantine. So the good news is a lot of people are actually quarantining, and the way that they're doing it a lot of times is renting a home, getting something that has a yard so you can at least step outside and enjoy yourself. But definitely if you go to a condominium or a hotel, you will absolutely be stuck in your room until the GPS bracelet is introduced that you can wear, and then you can at least walk around the resort. Hopefully they're waterproof bracelets, so you can go in the ocean and enjoy yourself in the pool. So at any rate, hopefully this video has been helpful, and let's just enjoy what Hawaii is really all about anyway, right? Forget all this COVID stuff. Let's just enjoy a beautiful sunset here for a few moments. So, by the way, what I will do is I will post a link in the description right here. There's one specific website that they are updating on a fairly regular basis that you can go to and get all the details. And there's even links to that QR code that I mentioned, so that you can be prepared and you can read up on things as they progress. And if you want to get the instant news source, I found if you download the HNN app, which stands for Hawaii News Now, they're probably the best news organization here in Hawaii. And if you have that app, you get the alerts. The moment something happens, you'll be notified. So that's my go-to source for getting information about what's happening here in the island. So anyway, thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. Of course, if you're ever in the market for real estate here in the state of Hawaii, that's what happens. So anyway, I found in the past that totally stops the recording. So I'll go ahead and sign out. Aloha. Until next time, if you're coming to Maui, if you plan, please let me know. I'd love to maybe meet you on the beach here at some point and drink a Corona as opposed to talking about Corona. And oh boy, it's gonna happen someday soon, hopefully. The good news though, if you do come here, you'll enjoy complete serenity and nobody around. So I don't know if you'll ever experience Hawaii like this ever again in your lifetime. So in my humble opinion, to spend a couple weeks cooped up, with a good Netflix account, an iPad, good internet connection, and then you get to enjoy Hawaii sort of all to yourself. I mean, that's pretty rare. It might never happen again. So I'm a big silver lining guy, right? Let's figure out what's the positive, turn this thing into a positive, because there's always the positive, right? Half glass full, half glass empty. It's all how you look at things, and I just choose to look at things in the most positive light possible. You can only control so much in this life, and so we can control our thoughts and how we see things, and definitely don't let this whole experience get to you. I know there's a lot of people out there struggling right now with, just kind of mental health, depression, suicide, alcoholism, all that stuff. And you just got to take a step back and say, wait a second, this too shall pass. And there's always Maui, right? There's always a beach somewhere with a sunset waiting for you on the other side of this interesting chapter in all of our lives. So there's hope. There's always hope. And the other thing is, we're all kind of going through it together. It's not like it's picking on one segment of society. It's certainly there are segments of society that are being affected more than others. Don't get me wrong, but ultimately it's a challenge we're all going through as Americans and as citizens of the world. And I believe we're going to come out of this thing stronger. The truth, of course, will come out. We'll find out exactly what this whole thing is really about. That'll probably be in a documentary in like 10 years. But, and then they'll all just, it's conspiracy theory. But eventually the truth always does come out, so. Just to give you a little orientation right over here, we're looking at the island of Molokai, Lanai, and maybe the green flash coming up here in a second, who knows. Ah, it's beautiful. Well, hey, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Aloha, mahalo. If you've enjoyed the video, I'd love a thumbs up, a share, subscribe, and hit me in the comments section. Love to hear from you. Until next time, aloha.